Today's story is city homes. Some of you might recognize the picture here. It reminds me of Full House, which you guys are a little too young for, but your parents might remember. And now there's a show, Fuller House, that is kind of a knockoff of it. So if you recognize what this looks like, that might be why you know it. So we're talking about different types of homes in different places in this book. And first they're talking about what is a city home. It says a city home is a place where thousands, sometimes millions of people live and work. There are many buildings in a city such as offices, stores, factories, and homes. Cities can be very crowded places. Some people live in large houses. Some people live in tall buildings that contain a lot of homes. These are called apartment buildings. We talked a lot about this in social studies early in the year. Now, townhouses and suburbs is the title for this one. In some cities, the streets are lined with houses that are all joined together in a long line. These are called townhouses or terraced houses. Many people have their homes outside of a city center in areas called suburbs. The suburbs are often located many miles from the city center. Despite their distance, they are still a part of the city. This one's building a city home. Many city people live in apartment buildings. These tall towers are made of steel, concrete, and glass. Builders use steel to make the strong frame for the building. They use concrete and glass to make the walls and windows. This is actually a picture of an apartment in Wuhan, China, and their balconies are their outdoor spaces. I feel like that could be similar to a lot of places in the cities in the United States as well. But in other places, it looks a little different. This is in Nigeria. That looks very different from where we live. It says in other places, city homes are built using materials found nearby, such as mud or stone. People mix the mud with straw to make the building stronger. The weather. In very hot places, people try to keep their city homes cool. In some cities, buildings have wind catchers at the top. These wind catchers are like wide chimneys facing toward the wind. They trap the wind and all the air goes into the rooms below. This is a picture of an area in Iran, or Iran probably, and they are in a very hot climate, so a wind catcher would make a lot of sense to bring some cool air into the homes. It can also be very cold in certain places. And here is a picture of Russia, and this is particularly Moscow. And it says here that in 2006, the temperature went as low as negative 36 degrees Fahrenheit. So when it's cold like that, it says the city of Moscow, Russia has snow in its streets in the winter. Hot water is pumped through the pipes to keep homes warm. People turn on electric radiators when the temperature drops very low. School and play. City schools can be very big with hundreds of students. Some children may have to come to the city from other countries. Students at a school may know many different languages. These girls are using computers at a school in New York City. There are also many different things to do in a city. Children can visit parks and city zoos. There are theaters and cinemas for going to see plays and films. There are libraries for reading books. There are swimming pools and places for playing sports. Here is a picture of actors performing a play in an outdoor park in Melbourne, Australia. Getting around. This is an interesting one because you guys live in Forest Park, so you have transportation that's located directly to the city, which a lot of suburbs don't have. They have the Metra, and you guys have the Metra access close by and the L right in your town. There are many different ways to travel around a city. Some cities have trains called subways that go through tunnels underground. Other cities have streetcars that run on rails in the streets. People on the subway in Germany here in this picture, and you can tell that it's underground based on the picture. A lot of people also drive cars in cities. City streets are usually full of cars. Sometimes cars stuck in traffic move slowly, so that it takes a long time to even go a very short distance. I know that we're used to that in Chicago, and here is a picture of India having the same issue. And that is all.